Tonight on Say Brother.
Sometimes girls have babies because they don't feel that good about themselves and they feel like they need somebody to love. So
Young people continue their discussion of the issues that concern them.
If I had a daughter and she got pregnant, I prefer for her to have an abortion, and I would totally stand by her.
When I think about abortion, it's a two-person problem.
Youth on Youth. Of all the topics we discussed, including issues like drugs, violence, peer pressure, role models, and many others, the issues of sexuality, AIDS, and teen pregnancy were points that we thought our panel of teens and studio audience would just shy away from. In tonight's discussion, you'll see just how far that is from the truth, as teens from across New England and in cities and towns right here in Massachusetts talk openly with me, reporter Rebecca Walker, and each other about sex, about AIDS, and their reasons for young parenthood. And now, the Youth on Youth Forum, Part 2.
Okay, we're talking about education. How about sex education? How are we feeling about that? AIDS.
I mean, people should be educated in that just like they would anything else.
Uh-huh.
It's a part of life. English is a part of life. Math is a part of life. So sex is a part of life.
Let me get a show of hands. How many, honest answer now, how many of you that have gotten to the point where you're engaging in premarital sex, and we don't have to admit this here, how many, so Jamal raises his hand, along with Hector, how many of you are worried about AIDS? Well, we don't have all the hands up. I agree with you. I agree.
Anybody want to talk about it?
But I don't see all the hands up. You're not raising your hand.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Aisha Rashada. I'm from South End, Massachusetts, Boston. Teens don't tend to think that they can get AIDS. You know, they say, well, oh, that's only for them, you know, the other people. But what they don't realize is they're subject to it just like everybody else. But it's hard for them to accept it for what reason I can't understand why.
Who didn't raise their hands? Who doesn't think it's a problem? Now everybody's going to admit it's a problem.
Wait,
right.
Who doesn't think it's a problem? I didn't. You asked the question was, were you concerned? Right. I didn't raise my hand. I'm not concerned.
Why not?
Because it doesn't apply to me.
What?
At this point,
okay, at this point it doesn't. So let me
I'm off in something else. That's not even.
Let me broaden the question.
Ground.
When it does become applicable to you, will you be concerned?
Well, oh, sure.
Okay.
But don't you think it's applicable to you now because so many people are suffering from it? No, just because it doesn't affect you in your life, you're not concerned with it?
Like I said, I'm just off in my own little thing now, and that just does not excite me. I'm not gay, but
okay, what about teen pregnancy? What about youth pregnancy? What about pregnancy? What about single mothers?
I have nothing against premarital sex. I have a problem when you have sex with someone that you don't really love, because you can't go with somebody for a week and then boom, I love you. I'm madly in love. Love is something that you can know someone all your life and not truly love them. But I have no problem with having kids if you're not married. But if there's a true love there, and a love that's not gonna, die when the kid comes along, then that's fine. And that it has to be that understanding between the two people. And then I also have a problem with people who they'll go with someone and then have a baby. They'll go with someone for 3 months and have a baby, and they carry the baby longer than they've known the dude, and the dude is up and split somewhere, or the girl is up and split somewhere, and you don't.
Do you think they want to have these babies?
No.
I know a few people who wanted to have kids.
Why? We're talking a teen, right?
Yeah.
Did you know why?
They just thought it was right for them.
What's your name and where are you from?
My name is James Marshall, and I'm from Dorchester. And I'm not trying to diss none of these girls and nothing like that, but see, a lot of girls out there, they all try to jump in the bed with every nigga they think got a dookie dog. I'm serious. Hey, yo, you catch a lot of girls. You catch a lot of girls out there. As soon as you see a dude with a dog rope and got a pocket full of money, you in the bed with him.
Come on. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for Women's Live. Come on.
It don't go like that at all.
I'm saying a lot of.
They talk about girls doing that, boys do it just the same. They just as much sluts as we are.
Boy to get in the bed with.
Really?
Ain't no girl can force no boy to do nothing they don't want to do.
I do not agree with what he's saying.
I don't agree with what he's saying because a lot of these dudes in here, when the girl be walking down the street with they could be wearing regular pants, okay, or something, and they think they got a big behind or a big chest, they be like, ooh, I want to jump in the bed with her or her or her, and they be exchanging numbers and everything else. So why should they say they got the dookie ropes on or whatever?
Hey, yo, if you gonna he's walking around saying that to you, right? And a boy going around saying that to you. You gonna if you gonna respond to it, you gonna jump in the bed with him, right?
Well, that's
and all
not
them
me.
girls
That
gonna,
might
hey, it
be
ain't you.
someone
Did I say any girls in here? I said I'm not trying to diss no girls in here, and I don't think it's no girls in here.
Why is it that boys can get in the bed with anybody and they're a man and everything, when a girl gets in the bed, she's a slut? Why is that?
Okay.
Let's take none of that.
How much of this girls getting in the bed with boys getting in bed, how much of this is due to peer pressure?
None.
Any of it have anything to do with other people doing it? It's cool, it's fashionable. Stand up. What's your name? Where are you from?
Malika, I'm from Mattapan. It's like when boys be like, yeah, she's a virgin, she's this, she's that. Then they be like, I'm not no virgin, I want to show you what I'm about. Then, But then there's nothing when girls go around and say, hey, you ain't nothing but a pinky to me. Then you like, oh yeah, come on, we're going to bushes. I'll show you what I'm about. And then you go, but then when you turn it out,
Go ahead.
but then you really turn it out, then you really ain't a pinky. You really are a pinky once you ask about it.
So that sounds like it's about ego, it's about self-respect, it's about what you think you're about.
We got another comment back here. Your name, where you from?
Cal Orozco from Newport, Rhode Island.
Uh-huh.
All right, you girls talk about how all these boys coming on strong, you guys with big chains and big pocket of money. But you girls go flaunting your fur coats and your big behinds and everything. And you girls know you want it just as bad as these boys do, but you just don't want to show it.
So what are you guys worried about in this issue? What are you worried about? What is this?
You was talking about people having AIDS and stuff like that. It's their own problem. It's my problem, it's your problem. You want to jump in the bed with somebody, you don't know if they got AIDS. You know, that's your problem. You getting into that problem. You know, you talking about this age, you don't know if he had AIDS or not. If you using the condom, you know, it ain't gonna happen to you. You know, that point blank.
I think she wants to answer you.
My name's Natasha Boswell from Mattapan, and I feel as though there's a lot of peer pressure out there from the boys that when they have a girlfriend, they feel as though, oh, well, when they go with them, they should have a little sex. They be like, oh, come on, baby, I knew you for this long and all this stuff. And it's not really just the girls, because I always hear boys saying, oh, you girls know you want it just as well as we do. And I don't feel as though it's not like that.
Okay, hold on. We got three more. You want to say? Come on.
My name is Elizabeth Garcia. I'm from Dorchester. And see, it's not all about, like, if you go to bed with someone, it doesn't mean, oh, yeah, one night stand or something. I mean, if you go to bed with someone, it's like you really like that person and you trust that person that much to go to bed with them, because that person's going to go around and says, oh, yeah, excuse my language, but, like, oh, can I say?
Yeah, no, you know, well,
it's like saying, excuse my language, but it's like saying, oh, yeah, I f***ed her and I did this with her and I did this and that. It's not all like that, because they just go around telling their friends, like, oh, yeah, I f***ed her, oh, yeah, I could get this girl and this girl and this girl, only because, what, they're looking good or something.
Yeah, welcome to Uncensored TV. Go on, Hector.
Yo, but check this out, yo.
Hold up.
We're taking sides here. The girls are going against the boys, right? Girls are going against the boys. Now, we know all that stuff now. I mean, we're hurting each other by doing all this stuff. I mean, everybody's just taking sides, hurting each other. I mean, why don't you guys just unite, you know, and stop doing, you know, this and that?
Let me stop. Obviously, there's this argument. Believe me, has been going on for generation. The problem, I think, though, that it indicates is that something is being missed somewhere in the middle, and that is demonstrated by the high rate of teen pregnancy. Why are teens, you mentioned earlier that girls who wanted to have babies, even knowing what they know about what trouble that would cause in the rest of their lives. Why are young girls having babies? Why are boys allowing them to have babies?
Education.
Let him talk.
It's mostly education. Some of the boys, like, they go to bed with somebody, they don't know what to use, like, they know you got use, some guys don't know, but you gotta use a Jimmy the Hat, and that kind of stuff. But, some guys don't know that.
So whose responsibility should that be, do you think?
Both of us, both.
Good answer.
Well, I'm not debating with him, but a lot of girls want to have sex with these boys and have these babies so they can keep them because they know how these boys are nowadays. Well, if they excuse my language, like she said, if they then they be like, well, I'm dissing her because I already got some. Why should I go back and get some more when I could get some from someone else? So she ended up getting pregnant so she could keep him. He still run off.
Can I ask one thing? Just you talked about Jimmy hats. That's a slang term for those of you who don't know for condoms. Do we have another slang term for sexual intercourse?
How about making love?
How about making? How about? How about just
Wait a minute.
Lock and boot. Knock and boot.
What?
Knock and boot will be the accepted term from now on for that type of activity.
Can I?
Okay.
What
I'm sorry. Come on.
I like to say, like, if girls having babies at a young age, well, if they're ready, like, if they have a relationship with a person, and I think they should be, like, well protected of themselves.
Who should take the responsibility for that?
If a girl knows that she's ready for something, she get on the pills or something, and the boy should know. If they don't want no diseases or anything going around, they just use the condom.
Go on, you want to respond.
But some girls, this might sound dumb, but I know someone who did this. Or I know of someone anyway. They like they'll get the pills and forget to take them, or they forget, or maybe I should take them every other day or once a day. I'm not sure, so I'll wait till next month to take them. And that's the attitude. They don't understand actually how to use them. If you get something you don't know how to use it, it's fine and dandy that you have it, but if you don't know how to use it, it serves no purpose.
I think what this young woman said was very important and interesting. What you guys think? She said that young women are having babies to hold on to a man, to hold on to something. Isn't that back to the love, self-esteem issue? What do you think? They feel. What do you think?
I think sometimes girls have babies because they don't feel that good about themselves and they feel like they need somebody to love. So they figure if they have a baby, that baby's going to love them and they can give love back to them. And that makes them feel good.
But from the female's perspective, that's looking at the situation unrealistically. If you think that the brother did not want you in the first place, all right, because maybe this is how I know it to happen. Male and female, they have sex, okay? Now, for all you females, let me let you know, I'm a guy. I probably shouldn't be doing this. I'm blowing a lot of guys' raps. A lot of these guys do not care about you, all right? And when they don't care about you, you gotta look at that, though, because y'all girls don't be looking, because I've done it in my own life. You have sex with a girl, you really don't care, but you got over anyway. And in the end, I think about it. What if she would have had a baby? Would I have stayed with her? No, because I didn't love her. I have to love a woman to be there. And you having that baby is not going to make it easier for you to stay with that man. It's going to make it harder on yourself to take care of that baby alone.
Okay, let me get another comment. Where's that name? Where are you from?
Thomas Benson from Roxbury. First of all, some girls, like, when they have sex, right, they think about, they're protected. But sometimes when you have condoms on, you're protected. Sometimes they do break. And, and it does happens on accident. And, sometimes the girls don't know what to do, and when they're pregnant, right? And, they think they're all adorable and stuff like that, right? And then when they realize all the responsibilities they have, like when, they have to feed them, and then your mother's like, what about feeding the baby and Pampers? And they be like, feeding babies in Pampers, right? You know, they don't have no money, so they look to their boyfriends, you know, and their boyfriends find out, and then they call them, and then they're off to Florida somewhere.
So we have basically like unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Your name and where you from?
My name is Reese. I'm from Dorchester. Some girls, they don't care if the father's not going to stay with them because they know the mother's going to be like, you're going to take care of that baby if the baby's yours, you know. So they're still going to see the baby's father because they got to bring the baby over the house. You know, some mothers saying, that's your baby, you're going to take care of the baby regardless. And you got to see the baby's mother anyway.
Let me ask this question. Let me be devil's advocate, as they say. Is a lot of what is going wrong here that's causing teen pregnancy due to inadequate role models in some way?
I think so.
Yeah. No?
Because, you know, a lot of girls who get pregnant at a young age, you usually find that when you look at their parents and everything, their parents got pregnant at a young age, and it follows in the family role. So you find it as
no?
somewhat of a
I
trait.
say no. That's letting yourself fall in a rut. Because I mean, because of something my father did. I mean, my father might have been an early father. Well, he wasn't with me. He might have on one of his other children. But I know that does not make me gonna be an early father. Myself, if I become an early father, it's because I had sex with a female, not because my father had sex with a female 20 years ago. That's crazy. Yeah, and that's stupid to even assume that. And for females, I don't know how it goes with y'all's mother and everything, but you're an individual. And as the situation young lady said about parents, you know, mother might say, oh no, you're gonna keep the child. I almost had to go through that same type of thing. It was a debate that myself and my ex-girlfriend's mother had a conversation on, as if what would happen if my ex-girlfriend got pregnant. And I thought about it, but whatever happened, if she did get pregnant, it's my decision and her decision together. Not my decision, her decision, and her mother's decision. Because when we made love in the bed, her mother was not there with us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But young women want to say something?
But I think even though she wasn't with you in the bed making love, it is a situation that she's going to have to help her daughter take care of the baby.
Maybe with another man, not with me.
Just
because I won't put that responsibility on the mother.
Because that's a responsibility that your ex-girlfriend or any other girl will have to take care of, but she can't do that alone.
She can't. Well, she's not going to have to do it alone. I would help her. If I made a baby, I would be there. That might not be most men, but that's just for me.
That's what I'm saying. Not most men would stay.
All right, and then in that situation, I think a girl might have to consult with her mother, but even still, it's not her mother's, because her mother can say, you can have this baby, and you don't even have to see it after it's born, and you know, I'll take care of it, and I don't care what you do. You don't even have to say it's your baby. Okay. But still, if she takes all the responsibility, that girl still got to push it out of her body, and that's a hell of a lot to put on somebody.
Okay, I want to talk about abortion after we hear from these young women. What do you all want to say? Where are you from? What's your name?
I'm Victoria. I'm from Roxbury. I don't even think that you should have babies unless you're married.
Why not? Why not? Go ahead. Okay. What about you? You want to say?
She's like a godmother to me, but she's not. She's my neighbor, and she has she got a girl and a boy, Desiree and Samis, and she has another one she don't want it, and I think that if she didn't earn that baby, why does she want it?
What do you mean if she didn't earn it?
I'm saying that if she had the baby, now she don't want it. She shouldn't have never had the baby if she don't want it.
Okay. What do you want to say?
That I want to say that if you marry a man and if you have a baby and he said he didn't want that baby, you wouldn't have been in trouble. You wouldn't have nobody to take care of your baby with you.
Okay, so these young ladies are bringing up things like, why have the baby if you don't want the baby? That leads me to abortion. What do you all feel about abortion?
I'm totally for it.
Come on. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Sonia and I'm from Cambridge. I just recently read an article in the Women's World that said that abortion is two people's decision and they're going to make it a law. And I really don't think that that's right because it's a woman's body and she has to carry that baby for 9 months and the man's the one who always runs off. And personally, I think it depends on the girl, her situation and what she wants to do. I mean, if he wants a baby and she says, oh, I want an abortion, then they have to work it out. But
can I ask you something? What if the woman wanted an abortion? What if the woman wanted an abortion and the guy?
Yeah.
It's her body. She has to carry that baby for 9 months. He's not gonna go through all the pain that she's gonna go through when that baby's born, and he has the will to run off.
Okay, who doesn't agree with that? You don't agree? What's your name and where are you from?
Madeline from Springfield. I do not agree with abortion because if you're ready to have sex, then you should be ready to take care of your baby. You know what's going to happen if you have sex. You know that you could get pregnant.
But what if you do?
Well, if
and you don't want the baby?
Well, then you're entitled to do whatever you want. It's your body, like she said, or whatever.
Okay.
But
go on.
I still think that if you know what you're getting into when you have sex.
No, but what if, as he said, the Jimmy hat breaks? And you get pregnant, and you know you tried, but you were pregnant, and...
Well, then that's a different story.
Okay. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Maurice, and I'm from Medford. About abortion, I feel that, okay, if you were raped or you're really young and the doctor says it could hurt your health, then I feel that you can have an abortion. But I mean, if you're 16, 17, and you're having sex, and you know what you're doing, you forget to take a condom, you get pregnant, I don't think the easy solution is to just go have an abortion, because that's wrong. And that's what a lot of people do. They just say, well, I can mess around, and they have like 3, 4, 5 abortions, not caring that they're actually killing an unborn child.
But rather, do you have an abortion or do you ruin your life? If you can't provide for this child, what are you going to do? I mean, would you rather have the child grow up uncared for, or would you rather have an abortion? I mean, you're losing one life one way.
I think there's a lot of solutions. You can put the baby up for adoption. I mean, 9 months, that's not bad. I mean, I read articles. I did a project in school on abortion today. And it's like, you know, they say that women who have abortions, they end up suffering like psychological problems. And sometimes they keep having the thoughts of the abortion keep coming back to them. And it goes on with them throughout life. So it would have been better to have the baby and just put it up for adoption.
And that guilt comes back on.
Do you also do you know how long it takes for black babies to get adopted these days? I mean, some black kids can be in the adoption homes for years and years before they'll get adopted. What kind of solutions are we gonna?
Can I just get? I just want to get these last two gentlemen in.
When I think about abortion, it's a two-person problem. If the girl had the baby, so what? She went through them problems. If it wasn't for the guy, he wouldn't have had it. She wouldn't have had the baby anyway. She knew what she was doing when she had sex. She had the abortion. So if she wanted an abortion, it's a two-person problem. They got to work that out between them. It's not just a girl.
Okay. All right. First of all, I'd like to say that those of you who don't agree with abortion, I'd like to point out that everybody's arguing about how babies are ruining people's lives for teenagers. First of all, that's one more person on welfare. Everybody's arguing about welfare, and that's another teenager's life that won't get a high school education. They go on, and that's one other person that's down because of a baby. Now, if you have abortion, all right, you could go to your high school. And if you don't have an abortion, that's 2 lives you're ruining, your own and your baby's, because you won't have money to send them to no school. So what's the point in keeping a baby?
Yeah, I agree with Jock on abortion. I'm totally for abortion because I really think it is a disgrace for someone to have. It's not a disgrace, I don't think, but I think, in my opinion, I don't favor.
And also
girls who have babies. I mean, there is no solution.
But
honestly,
solution, as Jamal said, though, is making a good decision.
But
try to look at it objectively too. Like I'm not going to say
but like Jock said, you can't. You're ruining 2 lives.
But you got to look.
I would prefer if I had a daughter and she got pregnant. I prefer for her to have an abortion, and I would totally stand by her if she decided to have one. And I'm not the way I feel. I don't think I would honestly be able to stand by my daughter if she decided to have a baby.
I understand that, but don't you think that it's a choice? Because like myself, if it came on to me, I mean, I don't know what I would do, really.
All right, well, if it was my child,
because I don't believe in abortion.
If she chose to have a baby, she would choose to get out of my house.
So we're asking.
No, that's not right. That's not right.
But it should be a choice, though.
It should. I don't agree with it, and I don't oppose it. I just think it should be left as an option.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm totally for it if someone chooses to have it.
I can't say I'm 100%. I'm 50-50. You know what I mean?
But you are saying that we should all, as young people, make the educated choice. We should think about the pros and the cons before we have sex, while we're having sex, after we have sex.
Pregnant in the first place.
But the thing is, abortion can be abused just like anything else. And I mean, people should realize that if abortion was outlawed, that people would find another way to get rid of the baby. I mean, I don't think the problem is that abortion should be outlawed or it should stay. I mean, it should be not to abuse abortion.
Okay, let's get a couple more quick comments, and then I want to, we were just on solutions. I want to talk about some more solutions to some of the other issues that we talked about. A couple quick comments again.
Now, like she said, some solutions are not putting the babies in foster homes, because sometimes a child stays in a foster home mostly all his life, and that's no life. And when he's like 19 years old, how is he going to find jobs in a foster home? And that's how the homeless people start up.
Good point. Rebecca?
Okay, what do you have to say? Where are you from? What's your name?
Shane from Cambridge. I have one question for Rihanna. What are you going to do? Tell the boy you're having his baby, then you're going to kill it?
What am I gonna do? Tell the boy I'm gonna have the baby. I mean, and then I'm gonna kill it.
So don't tell him.
This is my opinion and my opinion only from the way that I feel. But to answer his question, do you have a question?
Is abortion retroactive birth control? You got things you can use to take care of it at the site. I mean, why even bother getting
Exactly.
involved?
But like he said, condoms can birth.
Mistakes do happen.
Everything is right.
You have to allow for mistakes. You have to.
Can I answer his question?
Towards in life.
But I
take that chance with it.
don't think on that same hand, a girl who is goes around a lot, like a prostitute or someone who's just very loose and easy, I don't think they should be in the abortion clinic every 9 months and the nurses know them by name. Hey, buddy, how you doing? It shouldn't be like that. But females, if they feel as though, if I have this kid, I'm not going to be able to deal, it's going to cause me more stress to have this kid than to lose it, I think they should lose it.
And
It
what
should just
about
be left as a choice.
and what about that goal? I mean, you just said, what about someone who has a goal and they're working towards it, then they won't get pregnant? But what if they suddenly realize that goal after they're pregnant?
Can I answer his question?
Go on.
To answer your question, if he didn't want to have the abortion, I mean, that's fine, but I would have it anyway. Because there's so many other things in my life that I feel that I want to do. And until colleges start accepting mother and kid, then there's no point in me having a child.
Let's distill this down. Let's distill this down before we get too far. Give me the best solution to teen pregnancy as you can see it from your perspective.
Just understand what you're getting into before you get into it.
Valerie?
I agree with that. Understand, really, what steps are going to happen after you get pregnant. Don't just think, oh, I'm having a good time now, and don't even bother to think about what would happen if in any case the girl would get pregnant.
Just take responsibility.
Just think what you're doing. You go in bed with somebody, hey, and all of a sudden, little baby comes, little junior comes. Just prepare yourself,
Think about it.
Think about it before you're doing it, and prepare yourself.
Okay.
I don't want to stop any more comments.
My solution is, the solution is when you meet the guy, any guy who asks you how I feel, anybody who asks you the virgin question, is just not for you, because obviously all they want to do is jump in a sack with you.
Lydia?
Harsh to say, and no one's going to agree with it, but from my point of view, abstention. Don't have sex.
That works, though. That really works. That'll work.
Nip that right in